everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben Parks, 225 marathoner, and I love engaging with this wonderful community on Strava. And the other day I posted on there asking for recommendations of the best cheap shoes out there on the market, and I'll get them in, test them, and see how good they really are. So thanks so much for all those legends on Strava that added into my comments some great recommendations, helping out the running community. Is it really a case of you get what you pay for, or are they simply fantastic deals despite the price? So let's get stuck in, starting with the third most popular shoe in the comments, the Nike Pegasus version 40. This shoe you can buy currently on the Nike website for around £83, so pretty good value, off an RRP of around 115. Stack height at the back, 33mm, 10mm drop overall, and 347 grams for me in my UK size 12, which was true to size in this instance. There are some extra wide widths available if you get them on the Nike website. Now, what I really love about the Nike Pegasus version 40 is the upper of the shoe. It had a big update for version 40, fantastic ventilation. We tested this through the summer. There was no overheating issues, really good lockdown, wide toe box, even in the regular version, a good wide toe box. Nice little bit of arch support on the inside of the shoe as well. Also, the durability and the grip on this shoe. After I fully tested the shoe, I did carry on with it for some of my easier runs. It's just held up really well. The grip is really good in all weathers as well. You can also get the Shield version, which I have here, which is perfect for winter running. So you've got Nike's Storm Tread outsole here, fantastic winter grip there. And then you've got this weather resistant upper in the shoe as well. That's really going to look after you through those winter miles. Also keeps your feet nice and warm with some extra padding and extra warmth in the material in the shoe there. So check that one out. We've got a good dedicated video for that one, and we'll link to it up here. My final like with the Nike Pegasus is it's just a stable, predictable and consistent shoe. It's one that is very, very reliable. You can go back on with the Pegasus line through the years. You know what you're getting. It's not a shoe that's only good for running. It's also good for going to the gym, just walking around. It looks good. It really is that true Nike option to do it all. What I really don't like about the shoe is just the React midsole. It's just a really, really dated now. We've all got our fingers crossed that the next version is going to have a little bit more pop, a little bit more life in it. It just really doesn't have that energy return as you get up to slightly faster speeds. But yeah, overall, fantastic daily option. If you can get one for around £83, you're doing pretty well. Right, moving on to the shoe that came second. This lovely red shoe here, which is a Reebok Float Ride version 5. This is outstanding value. This shoe set me back just £43. Can you believe it, for a dedicated all-out running shoe? Off an RRP of around about 85, but you can always get these Reebok Float Rides on a good deal out there. The facts and figures, 27mm stack at the back of the shoe, 8mm drop overall, coming at 311 grams for me in my UK size 12. Wasn't quite true to size, it was okay, but I think I'd have rather gone half a size down here, and that would have given me a much better overall fit. Now, what I really like about this shoe is just superb value. 40 quid for a decent running shoe is just amazing, but just how versatile it is. It's just very old-fashioned and very simple. Yes, it does sort of hark back to how shoes used to feel 10, 15 years ago, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's not the most engaging ride, but it gets the job done in comfort, and I think in good style as well. This is a nice looking shoe, both casually and when you're getting your runs done. In this version 5, we've got a much improved stability option. They've now added this X-shaped plate to the bottom of the shoe, which really improves the stability. Cornering is now really good. The grip is okay, it's not the best, but it is far from the worst. If you do want more of a road to trail option, they do an adventure model, which is now down at just £45 as well for some light trails, with an improved grip on the bottom of the shoe and a more hard wearing upper as well. And my final like with this shoe is, like all of the shoes we're talking about today, it was just comfortable straight out the box. I did get a little bit of heel slip, improved the lacing at the front with just that sort of heel lockdown, and then it completely went away. Now, moving on to the dislikes for the Reebok, it is a slightly narrow fit, and this doesn't come in any wider options. So if you have got particularly wide foot, just getting true to size will probably be all right with you, whereas I, with a slightly narrow foot, had to go that half a size down. Well, I didn't. I would have liked to have gone half a size down. They do require a little bit of breaking in to soften up, but after about that 20-30k, the foam really sort of comes to life. It's not the most ideal shoe for those longer distances. At the front of the shoe, you've only got 19mm here of foam, and you're going to feel that. So if you're running longer than a half marathon, you're training, if you do some marathon training runs, you might want to look elsewhere. There are better options, like something like the Mach 5 or the Nova Blast, but they're over double the price. So yeah, you've just got to really consider the price point of the shoe and that value that it's delivering. But if you are looking for something a little bit more responsive in this sort of price bracket, well, enter the #1 shoe, which is the Puma Velocity Nitro version 2. Oh, this has been an absolute joy to run in, especially with this outsole. We'll come on to that very soon. But let's talk about the facts and figures. This set me back just a staggering £53 and 10p off the Start Fitness website against an RRP of 110. Again, you can always get some fantastic deals on the Puma shoes. Stack height 34mm at the back, 10mm drop overall, 336 grams for me in my UK size 12, and it was true to size for me. Right, let's get stuck into the likes. The first one being this outsole, the Puma Grip outsole. Fantastic grip in all conditions here, but especially in the wet, which we have an abundance of here in the UK in the winter. And I'd also go so far as to say you could take this out on some nice well-prepared trails, some gravel, some fire roads and things like that. This will be absolutely fine. Durability with this shoe, again, it will remain high. And I'd say this is a fantastic park runner shoe. If you're doing a lot of twists and turns through your park run course, it's a little bit wet, some damp leaves, this Puma Grip will look after you really well in a shoe that is actually quite fast as well. And that's what I'm moving on to. The responsiveness of this shoe, really, really good. You've got 2 layers of foam here. The top layer is Puma's Nitro foam, this nitrogen infused foam. And then underneath that, this white layer here, it's that hard wearing, that durable EVA foam. You're gonna get some really good life out of that, as well as a nice responsive poppiness from the Nitro foam there. This shoe really hits that lovely sweet spot between that all round, that cushioning with stability and that responsiveness as well. It's not too squishy, but it's just got that right amount of poppiness, that responsiveness when you really want to give it the beans, get up to that 5k pace, that rep pace. And my final like, as with a lot of these shoes today, it's just a good all-round comfortable shoe. Nice breathable upper here, but just from stepping into the shoe, locking it down, it just felt comfortable. You know, that lovely feeling when you just put a shoe on, it just feels right. I definitely felt that with this Puma shoe. And I'll also say this is a good looking shoe. I particularly like this colorway. Let me know what you guys think. It doesn't look cheap. I think that's another theme with all these shoes. They don't look cheap. You could wear them out casually, you can wear them to the gym, and you can get your runs done in. We'll have a chat about that cheapness at the end of the video. What I didn't like with this shoe, the stability isn't the best. It isn't the best with some sharp corners, and I'd probably expect a little bit of overheating with this upper in the summer. That's just a prediction, I don't know. It's a little bit cold in London at the moment, so definitely no overheating issues at the moment. So bringing all of that together, I'd say something like the Nike Pegasus is priced about right. For about £83, you're getting about £83 worth of shoe, so that's okay. The Reebok, £43, I'd say this is around about as good as the Nike shoe. You're paying 40 quid, you're getting about an £80 shoe. For the Puma, you're spending about £50, and I'd say this is up there with something a lot more expensive. For me, this is around about £130 worth of running shoe. Fantastic steal if you can get that for around about that sort of price. If I could only choose one from this range, well, of course I'm going to be choosing the Puma. Just that fantastic mix of cushioning, stability, and responsiveness in a really good overall package. So thank you so much to all those legends on Strava for making this video possible, commenting and letting me know your thoughts. You've come in with some absolute blinders, and the whole running community thanks you as well. So if you guys are a fan of the cheap running shoes and you'd love to know if the very cheapest shoes from Nike, Adidas, New Balance and Asics, if they are any good, then stay tuned for that next, because that video is coming up now.